I'm Johnny Scoville. Let's just chase the heat. One man's challenge can be another man's smorgasbord. So, I was looking for that knife. I had it here 2 seconds ago. Where'd it go? There it is. Whew. All right, so listen. I hope your weekend's going great. Linda McNew from Linda's Fiery Treats. She's responsible for so much goodness in the chili community. Not just, obviously I'm going to eat some pods in a minute, but I mean some really terrific jams and jellies and snacks and just top shelf stuff. So, give her some love. Check her out. So I'm going to just munch on some peppers right now. They're not speed. I think I'm probably more inclined to do a speed challenge during the pepper season. In the off season, you kind of want to savor them when you get them. You don't want to. Like, I'm going to eat a bunch right now. In fact, am I eating too many? No, I still have some. I'm going to eat a bunch right now. I'm going to bring some to work tomorrow. See if I can convince some people at work. But these are some pretty peppers, though. Now, a little information about what we call winter pods. Winter pods, they're interesting. I've learned a lot about winter pods just recently. Winter pods tend to, one thing I've always known is they tend to be smaller. Okay, they tend to be a little less hot. But one thing that I've learned recently, I've kind of put my finger on it, is that I think the taste sometimes is better on a winter pod. The pod during the summertime, when a pod emerges, flowers and it starts to pod, it doesn't take long for that pod to grow, change color, and be ready to pick and eat. In the wintertime, pods take a lot longer to mature. And I don't know, I think maybe that longer maturity changes the flavor. But here's a ahi lemon. Now for those, this is a good pepper. We're going to talk about growing in this video. And flavor of peppers instead of just burning through them. Ahi lemon. Now, in the chat yesterday, was yesterday the last one before that? I don't know, Bree mentioned that she really loves ahi, that's just a great pepper. For new hobbyists, if you're new into this, and you want to try different peppers, because they're all beautiful, there's different colors and shapes and sizes and different burn characteristics, but you're early on in your career, but you still want to try something different, you cannot go wrong with an ahi. An ahi lemon. Now, it's going to be kind of, if you're not used to peppers, it's going to be pretty warm. But what you can do is just, I say this all the time, if you're just new to peppers, instead of eating this whole pod, you can just cut off just a little sliver of it, and you will get an idea of the flavor. You'll be like, I tell you, if you do that, what it'll do is it'll drive you to want to eat more. Because you'll realize that the flavor is just so different, so unique, and so fantastic on every pepper. It really changes dramatically. But if you're a brand new chili head and you've never done it before and you do this, it's going to taste a lot different. You won't enjoy it as much as if you do a sliver of it. So ahi is a great plant. Now, or a great variety. There's a lot of different ahi peppers. Ahi Amarillo is fantastic. Ahi Delight is incredible. Ahi Fantasy is incredible. Ahis, you can't go bad with an ahi pod. You just can't. To me, they're sweet and yummy and just incredible. Now, these are Kang Star Lemon Starburst. Whoops. This is going to be a step up from the one I just ate. It's a very pretty pepper. This isn't the best. Here, I'm going to show you. I have one here that's a really wonderful phenotype. Better examples, so I'll focus on that one in just a second. But thank you, Linda. Now this one shares some characteristics with the ahi lemon I just ate. And you can guess what they are. They're both yellow pods, they're both citrusy, lemony. But the Kang Star Lemon Starburst is definitely warmer. Here's a pretty good phenotype, example of the phenotype. Very pretty. It's a beautiful pod. Now this is a pretty good, step up in heat from the ahi lemon. The flavor is so good. very crunchy. That was a really good one. You know, it's obviously we know that different peppers taste different. Like jalapeno is different from a serrano, which is different than a habanero, which is different than a, and so on and so forth. However, within the same pepper, I think there are drastic changes. Like I've eaten 2 Kang Star lemon starburst. The second one I just ate was so much better tasting than the first one, and they more than likely they were pulled from the same plant because it's winter time. She doesn't have as many plants producing, so more than likely those pods she can probably. She'll watch us. Linda, if these ahis came from the same plant, let me know. Or, excuse me, ahis. If these Kang Star Lemon Starburst came from the same plant, let me know. But they're really, pods pulled from the same plant can be very different in flavor and heat. This is another really pretty one. Look at that. Just a gorgeous pepper. Okay, so if you're not a chilihead, you wouldn't sit here munching on these. You would have stopped after the first one, you know? The Kang Star Starbursts are much hotter than a jalapeno. Point of reference. All right, so now I'm going to eat I have 3 of the, these are beautiful little peppers. These are the Jigsaw BBM Yaki Blue Cross. And one in particular has just such a cool shape. Here they are. Here's just beautiful color to them. Really, isn't that neat? But this is the one to me that has such a gorgeous little stinger. Beautiful shape and color. Look at that. It almost looks like she'd be hanging onto the abdomen of an insect, right? Stings my hand. Just looks like a stinger, doesn't it? I mean, look. Can't you see a giant ant on this side of it? And this is like the stinger and the poison sac. That's what it looks like to me. Look, it stings my hand. Anyhow, these are the Jigsaw. I wasn't going to cut them open, but just to be on the safe side. So the heat in my mouth is probably at a, believe it or not, probably a 3. And this is due in part to my tolerance being down because the peppers I've eaten so far aren't screamers. Beautiful interior on these gorgeous little pods. Look how pretty that looks. Isn't that neat? All right, Jigsaw BBM Yaki Blue. Very bitter. That pop is very bitter. Another one. Earthy and bitter. I don't mind bitter. I don't. Some people have a problem with bitter or something. Where, you know, people are so different. If you don't like bitter, that would trouble you. But boy, I like those. A good pepper. I'm gonna cut open the one that looks like a poison sac with a stinger on it, just because it looks so cool. I wonder if I should take a picture of that. Yeah, it's on video. Nothing much to see on the inside. It's so little. But what a gorgeous little pepper. All right, so now the last one was earthy and not bitter. All right, so now we have an Amnesia, the largest of the Amnesias. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'll do the Amnesia next. So, if you're new, you see, when I get to Australia, thinking about my garden, I want to have a variety of color. I want to have yellow pods, orange pods, red pods, chocolate pods, mustard, white pods. I want a variety of heat from very mild stuff that anybody can eat to stuff that few people want to eat. So if you're thinking about your garden, you know, the good thing about if you grow that way, you can sample pods in every heat variety and decide and kind of move your way up with your own stuff. Here's the Amnesia. This is an interesting pod. I've talked about this. It's got legs, man. This top pod really burns for like much longer. I've noticed it several times. That one tastes great. super juicy that pepper was. But it burns for a long, long time. So that's kind of a cool thing. I have 3 CPRs. Those little trauma nuggets. I'm not going to cut these open. I'm just going to munch the 3 of these at once. Yeah, so you can make shares. Right away with the CPR, I noticed a smokiness that I didn't notice with the chocolate pods prior to that. These last 2 are BBMs. Now they're little BBMs. BBM is big black mama. These are kind of like little black mamas, but still BBMs. This is a Troy Primo creation, super hot pepper. Again, very juicy for chocolate pods. I only say that because I think, I could be wrong, but in my experience, chocolate pods don't seem to be as juicy. I mean, flavor-wise, I just mean literally juicy as other pods. But the last one was very, very juicy. And so is the Amnesia. All right, so now let's talk about the burn. You know, unless you're really seasoned, you would have stopped really early on. But the burn, the good thing about that, the peppers I just ate, is because all the peppers have different burn characteristics. I'm burning all over. You know, my tongue, my cheeks, my gums, my throat. And that's nice. I like that. There's absolutely a flavor that remains that is just pepper. It's not floral, it's not bitter, it's just a pepper flavor. My sinuses are getting cleared up. The heat, I don't really feel any pain at all right now. So, and that's I call it a sneaky endorphin rush. You'll find yourself, all of a sudden the pain's gone, but you don't really feel that endorphin dump, you know what I mean? But the sure sign that you got them is that your pain is non-existent anymore. So it's sort of irrational to think that you could eat that many peppers, all of them really hot. I mean, the first 2 yellow, no, the ahi lemon aren't that hot, but the Kang Star are. So it's kind of, if you told somebody that you could sit down and eat a whole bunch of peppers, one after the other, you know what I mean? And after eating them all, you could have zero pain. Now, I'm not an actor. I'd be a horrible actor. But it's and here's the thing, if you don't believe me, read the comments. Somebody else will say, yep, it does that. I've had so many people comment about it. You have pain and all of a sudden you don't. Pretty neat. So, yesterday's endorphin rush was so nice because I was done and just played guitar for a couple hours. It was great. I think I may have eaten the perfect amount this time too. Great peppers from Linda McNew from Linda's Fire Retreat. So please check her out. She's a rock star. Her link is in the description box below. I don't know if she has pods available right now, but she has really great products, so check them out. I mean, I'm serious. Amazing stuff. Here's the stuff at the end. The bus, the boat. Peppers, a better life. More videos. Johnny Scoble. This was Chase the Heat.